Hey everybody, hope all is well. So something had popped up over the weekend on my timeline. It was a documentary, and they had like different singers, entertainers, and one popped up, Phyllis Hyman and her story. This was like man, probably like decades ago. Anyway, she had this song called "Alone," and I just heard a little bit of it, kind of went on. But this lady, this sparked a conversation. Okay, I think we need to have. So someone said, "Hey, so and so is kind of acting a little differently, kind of withdrawn, what have you?" Okay, and they were like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, she used to be like a big, have a lot of functions at her home, a lot of people there, and all that kind of deal. People surrounding her, kind of like the party girl. She loves to socialize." Okay, so people are like, "Yeah, she's a little different these days. Nobody hardly comes around." So, of course, when I run into this person, I'm going to go ahead and just ask the question. So I'm like, yeah, people are, having conversations and are you okay? What's going on? And she says something that was very profound to me. I think it can apply to a lot of people, or it should at least. And she said, yeah, it's just like, used to having a lot of people at the house coming around, they're visiting, and I know you've got a great job and you've got the party house. I mean, you've got everything going for you, things are going well. When people can depend on you for help, everybody's there, everybody loves you. And she said something very profound to me. She said, out of all of that, it's like you can probably call, can you find maybe a good 5 people to depend on? With me it might be limited. She can call 50. So she said something very interesting. She said to me, she said, and out of all that, when things became challenging or life presented itself, you had to handle some real issues. She said, out of all that, when things started to go wrong, despite all the friends around her and the pictures on IG and all that on Facebook, she said, when things started to go wrong, she found herself alone. When things started to go wrong, where the friends at? It's come on, they love you. No, she didn't say, well, they were all there for me. She said, when things started to go wrong, she found herself all alone. Speaks volumes. And she said, so she realized when things started to go wrong, she found herself all alone. She said she realized, given her having to go through that, she said she might as well be. She said it's just all fake, all fakeness. She said she realized if that's the way it's going to be when things get hard and challenging, things go wrong, you find yourself alone. She said, I figured I might as well be. And she's like, I really don't miss it. All the gatherings and having you think about it. People are coming and, you're liquor and food and access to your house, and then somebody spend the night, then they slip in the extra guest bedroom, then you got she got 2 extra bedrooms, then you got to clean up after them and sheets and laundry and food and all that. And that, I get it. I commend her for realizing that, because see, and it makes me think. Sometimes when you have people, they always got the entourage, always got a whole lot of folks around them. And you don't have to be famous for an entourage. It's like they want to travel in packs all the time. And it made me realize just the opposite as well. Sometimes the one who want all that activity, that's the one who might be afraid to be alone. Because see, when you are alone, you know what? That's your time of thing. That's your time to think about you. Oh, trust me. That's your time to think about you. I'm not going to go into detail because the person may be watching. I haven't been on YouTube that much last couple of days. Oh, it's been a lot of drama going on. You already know that we had that someone dear passed away, and this person that passed away was not of the melanated group. Woo, child, y'all don't know. Up come the wheel. Everything was chill until that wheel dropped. Boom, and oh boy. Everything is chill until inquired about the will. And it's interesting. So now we got everybody like, but see, I know people that I'm around, and when I see people have shark, if there are shark tendencies, sweet, I've lived in West Palm Beach. I've already lived around, been around it. I kind of saw this day coming, just in case, and even not so much as a will, but I said just in case someone tries to say something. Oh, how you may have gotten this, or wow. So you might think you know people. Oh, money's a game changer. They can be wealthy, they can be rich. Money's a game changer. Greed. Oh, I've really learned that more so this week. So yeah. So that. So I'm dealing with that. We're gonna go ahead and get to motion. Everything was chill until the subject came up about the will. And here we go. Now it's about to get no, it's gotten ugly. Crazy. So that you know it for who it is. So now, people pick a side in the corners, and it's like, whoa, check this out. So a lot of times people they don't want to deal with that. Well, I'm just gonna go on and be happy go lucky. I do that when I mentioned it's a good time to have a riff, reduction in force. See who fits in your life and see who might need to go night night because not everybody's bringing positive vibes. Some people bring negative energy into your life, and then you keep them around, and then that negative energy it might rub off on you. Maybe that might be the reason why you cannot be your best you. Because guess what? You've got some negative energy that surrounds you, and you're not really cognizant of that fact. And so you're thinking, oh, it's just things that might be that negative energy. Sometimes it's best to see people for who they are. This recently, oh, I already said ahead of time, because I sensed it coming. Oh yeah, I already sensed it coming, and I'm like, yeah, this right here, no. Someone's like, oh, you sure? I'm like, no. I said at this point we're enemies because I see what's going on. I see what is going on. With this lady, she saw what was going on. Everything's going okay. Everybody's around, and you got friends and that. Oh yeah, and they can eat off you, and you can help them. Of course, you can do for them. It's a one-way street. And sometimes you see that it's not good. Me personally, I don't want to always say anything because you have to let people see things on their own. One-way street is all it is. Somebody giving and somebody keep on taking. So yeah, she said, hey, she realized when life got challenging, things happen. All these folks around her, all fake. Oh, you got a problem. She has a problem. And she didn't go into the details, what the problems were. And I didn't ask. That wasn't. I just want to know, hey, been hearing a few things. You okay? She said, when everything went wrong, guess what? Everybody was gone. And that's when she realized, if that's the way it's going to be, then I just rather be alone. It's more peaceful, less drama. You don't have all them also bombarding you with their problems. You don't have all them coming with a whole bunch of problems. Well, can you do this? And I agree. Life can be. That's why you look at some people. Some people want to move way far out from the city. And some want a cabin in the woods. Want to go to rural. They don't want to be bothered. And again, it makes me think the opposite is true. When you have a lot of people around, sometimes those people don't want to be alone because, see, sometimes you're alone, you get a chance to think. And then also, oh, guess what, too? You get to think about yourself. Oh, yeah, that self reflection comes in. And sometimes that's what people don't want. Maybe, just maybe, that's what they're running from because guess what? If they have a moment to be quiet and sit in silence and think for a minute, you know what? They may realize that, guess what? They may not like the person that they are. They may not be as fabulous. They can fake the funk and put on the pretty clothes and the shoes and smile for the camera. But Guess what? Who's behind the mask? That's what I want to know. What is behind the mask? Who is behind the mask? We all wear a mask, as they say, what we present. So you may wonder why some people, they like a lot of people around, and maybe they're just a people person, not knocking it. But I'm willing to bet you that in some of that, there is some insecurity. There is some, guess what? I don't want to be alone, because I don't want to be alone. I don't want to think, because guess what? I just might discover that, guess what? I really don't like me. Maybe some of the things that they've done. I want to say, hey, I'm this person. I'm this person. Someone tells you who they are, you better believe them. I asked someone a while ago, I'm like, well, sometimes you seem like, uptight, and sometimes you do have this face of bitterness. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's like, you okay? And I'm like, do you feel good about yourself? And I asked the person one on one, I'm like, do you think you're a good person? And the person told me, no. You don't think you're a good person? Well, when people tell you who they are, you want to believe them. You got your wealth all set up. How do you get all that money? Little family member of the clan. Ha. Well, a member of the clan left you $1 million in stock. Congratulations. Oh, I'm going to hold it, hold it, hold it. Guess what happened, y'all? The person held and held and held it, didn't cash the stock in, wasn't paying attention, lost it all. Thought it was going to hold that value forever, lost it all. Maybe, and some don't believe in it, but I do, maybe it's karma. Maybe it's karma. Maybe, just maybe. Not too many folks around you. Well, you don't come off as so friendly. That's who you are. When people tell you who they are, I might want to believe them. When people show you who they are, I might want to believe them. So sometimes you get into that quiet space, that's what you need. But some people may avoid that. And I get the feeling in this economy, a lot of people are going to feel that, realize that. Some of the same ones you thought were going to be there for you, they got your back. You don't have to worry. Surprise! Not necessarily. Not as good as you thought it was. Sad. Very sad. So yeah, something to think about. If the same ones that are around you when things are good, when things kind of go bad, what are they? They can't be there for you. Maybe they can't solve your problem, but to be there to listen, to be a support. I agree with her. And she realized when things went wrong, that's where she found herself. She's all alone. They're waiting on you to figure it out. And then when she figured out, okay, the party back on. Like she said, when things go wrong, if that's how it's gonna be, then guess what? I'd just rather be alone. And it takes a strong person to do that. Again, sometimes people want a whole lot of people around them, because guess what? They don't want to think. They're all that noise and that activity is drowning out the painful reality, what's on the inside. They don't want to think about that, to reflect on it, let alone to maybe try and do better, be a better person. Just let it go. I want noise and music and loudness around me all the time. I'm all, yeah. But it takes a special person to sit down and rationalize. Insanity is what? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. You know what sanity is? The ability to think and do something differently. That's insanity. The ability to think and do something a little differently. Anyway, let me know what you all think. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.